You happy people, you've got Sammy here, and today we're going to be completing the Sugar Skull Square as part of our 365 Granny Square a Day Crochet Along project. Hard to believe we're in the 300s for 2018. And we're starting off by chaining 9. Eight, 9. This is a really fun square and gives you the chance to be really creative and add a lot of personal touches to really make it your own. Now I'm just slip stitching into the first chain. We are starting with the eyes, so I'm going to chain another 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and slip stitch back into that same first stitch. So we've got 2 nice loops to build the eyes of our sugar skull around, and this square has been designed by the gorgeous Jamie. Now, to build out our eyes, I'm going to single crochet 15 times into the first circle and 15 times into the second. So just working around those chains, 15 into each loop. I'll let you guys finish off with those. I'll be finishing off with this colour at the end of this round and joining in the colour for my skull, the main part of my skull. I won't use white because it is so hard to video. 15 single crochet into each circle, finishing off at the end of those rounds after you've slip stitched into the first single crochet. I'll meet you back here with another colour to show you how to do round 3. Our eyes. Now I've just joined a different colour purple in instead of white because it's too hard to video, but this will be the start of our actual skull. So I've done a slip stitch and single crochet into this into the first single crochet from the previous round. I'm going to single crochet into the next 11. 1, 6, 7, 9, 10. Now it's 11, but we're going to use the graphing technique to change colour and switch. Suggested colour is a black, but of course entirely open to you. We're going to be doing the nasal cavity. So I'm going to go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, grab my other colour, loop it over the hook to pull through and finish that 11th stitch. Okay, I'm going to be carrying that first colour underneath the next 6 single crochet that I'll be doing in the blue so that it is there ready for working the skull on the other side. Now I'm just doing the first one and then I'm pulling at the back to adjust and get my tensioning right. Okay, so 6, 2, 3, working over that skull colour, 4, 5, and then 6 stitches where we'll be changing back to whatever colour we're working the majority of our skull in. I'm going to leave that blue attached, but I'm not carrying the yarn this time. I'm going to finish out this round 3 with a single crochet into the last 12 stitches and slip stitching into the first single crochet. Round 4 I will be continuing with this colour, so no need to finish off. I'll meet you back in shortly. You can see we've got nice clean changeover for those stitches for the nose cavity, and carried that colour behind to minimise our joins. So when we're finished, we're going to chain 2. Now that doesn't count as a stitch. We're going to pop a double crochet into the same stitch. I'm going to double crochet into the next stitch, and then a half double crochet into the 2 following that. Single crochet into the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 8 is where we're going to change colour. Now we finished over here. I'm going to pull that yarn over to finish the stitch, but I don't want to pull it too tightly and pucker my work. And then I'm just going to be working over the top of the blue and the purple. So we're slip stitching into the first. Chaining 4. And slip stitching into the 6th single crochet, black single crochet from the previous round. Hold on, put that over the back. Now I'm going to leave that purple white fairly loose because we're going to work it out around the chain because we can't carry over it. So slip stitching into the last there. And that'll be it. We'll be finishing off with our black from this point. Now I've left that blue quite loose and long enough, and I'm going to leave that purple quite loose and long enough that I can move them down as I crochet over that chain. So leaving a fair bit of play there, just slip stitching to change over. I'm going to single crochet into the next 8 stitches. Seven and 8, half double crochet into the next 2, DC to finish off the round, and then a slip stitch into the first double crochet. Remembering that chain is not counting as a stitch this time. And finishing off with our skull yarn. We're going to be using it to join down the bottom to make the jaw and mouth of our skull. Meet you back here in a moment. Back, upside down. So just flipping our skull. Now we're going to slip stitch into the second white single crochet from the nose. When I say white, I just mean whatever colour you are using for your skull. So obviously it's not white for me, it is lilac. Slip stitching in there, chaining one, popping a single crochet into the same stitch and into the next stitch. Okay, now I'm going to pop a single crochet into the second chain of black, blue in my case, and then 2 single crochet in the next. 1, 2, again 2 single crochet, 1, 2, so that's 2 into the same stitch, and a single crochet into the next 2 chains of black. One and 2. That takes us to the end of the black. Single crochet into the next 2 white single crochet. 1, 2, and chain 3. And turn the skull. Looking at the back, doing a half double crochet into the next stitch, nope, wrong stitch, into the next stitch, not the same stitch. So we got our chain, half double crochet into the next stitch. Then we're going to repeat this 4 times. We're going to chain 1, skip a stitch and pop a half double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip a stitch, half double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1 and half double crochet into the next. And we're going to chain 1, skip a stitch and half double crochet into the next. And there is our little skull. We've got our nose, eyes, little gappy teeth. I'm going to finish off and weave in the end of this one. Finish off and leave a long tail so that I can stitch it onto my square when I finish decorating it. I'll meet you back here in a moment. Okay guys, I've finished. You can see I've left nice long tails to stitch my skull onto my square, which we're about to make. Now before we make the square, grab a needle, do some cross stitch, hook it through with a smaller hook. Add some extra stitches on and give your skull puffy cheeks. Sugar skulls are always intricately decorated and always different. I'm not even going to show you how to do any. I want to see exactly what you guys come up with, and I will post my picture later in the day. Can't wait to see it. Have fun, colour, vibrant, love that Mexican vibe. So let's see your gorgeous sugar skulls. I'll see you back here in a moment with whatever colour yarn you're going to be using to make the background for your square. See you soon. To make the actual square that we're going to be attaching the sugar skull on, I'm using the same pattern that we use for the Jigglypuff square, so that's square 203, but I'll run you through it quickly anyway. Instead of a magic circle, I've just done a chain of 4, slip stitch together and then done a chain 2. I'm going to start working double crochet into that circle to complete our first round, and I'm going to let you guys work them by yourself. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 double crochet into the magic circle. We're not counting that chain as a stitch. I will meet you back here to show you round 2. Round 1 finish, 12, see if we can get rid of that glare. Ooh, we're making it worse. 12 double crochet, sorry guys, slip stitched into the first double crochet, because remembering our chain of 2 doesn't count as a stitch for this round. Now I'm going to chain 2, doesn't count as a stitch. I'm going to pop a double crochet into the same stitch, and 1 double crochet into the next. And we're going to follow that pattern all the way around, so 2 double crochet into the next stitch, my apologies, I'm looking at the next row. It's 2 double crochet in each stitch for this round, so at the end of this round there will be 24 double crochet, and we'll be slip stitching into the first double crochet, ignoring that chain of 2. So 2 double crochet into each stitch, bringing our stitch count for round 2 up to 24 double crochet. I'll meet you back here to do round 3. Okay, round 2 completed. I am sorry it's glary. I did try and pick a colour that wouldn't glare so much, but you can still see those stitches in that glaring light. Ready to move on to round 3. Now we've got our 24 double crochet in round 2, doing a chain of 2 that doesn't count as a stitch. Round 3 we're increasing again, so I'm going to pop 2 double crochet into the same stitch as that chain, one double crochet into the next, 2 double crochet into the following chain, and 1 into the next. Now we're going to follow that same pattern of 2 double crochet in one stitch and then 1 in the next, all the way back to the beginning where we'll slip stitch to the first double crochet. The end of round 3 we will have 36 double crochet. So 2 double crochet in the next stitch, and 1 in the stitch after that. Got 1 more round of double crochet before we start squaring this off. So finish out round 3, 36 double crochet. I'll meet you back here for round 4. And we're on to round 4, our last round before we start squaring this baby up, ready to attach our beautifully decorated sugar skull. Now I've done the chain of 2, doesn't count as a stitch. I'm going to pop 2 double crochet into that same stitch, So 2 in that one. Then I'm going to put 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 in there, 1 in the next, and then we repeat again. So 2 double crochet into the next stitch, 1, 2, and then 1 into each of the next 2. So 1, and next stitch 2. So round 4 we'll have 48 double crochet, slip stitch into the first double crochet. When we get back around, I will meet you back here ready to start squaring this baby off. Okay, I do love the way the base of this square works out with all those perfect little circles of stitches. Now it's time to square off. We're going to pop a single crochet into, oh, that's too many loops for a single crochet into the same stitch as our slip stitch, and 1 into the stitch after that. So 2 single crochet. Now we're going to pop a half double crochet into each of the next 2. So 1, 2, and now 2 double crochet. There's 1 and 2. Alright, you might want to remember this point in the video because we will be repeating the pattern from here all the way back to our first single crochet. Now we're making a corner, so I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to put a double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, 2 half double crochet, and then 4 single crochet. Working back out to the corner, we do 2 half double crochet, 1, 2, and then 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and then we're back at a chain space. Now if you want to follow along with the video to finish off this round, go back to that spot I said to remember, which is probably about a bit under 2 minutes ago. At the end of this round we'll have 4 corner spaces, and I will meet you back here to do round 6. Yeah, round 6. And we're nearly finished. Okay, that one's done. We've got our corner chain spaces. You can see it's starting to square out beautifully. The next 2 rounds are exactly the same, so I'm going to quickly run you through one, and I'll let you guys finish the next 2 by yourself to get it up to size. So chain of 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Double crochet into the same stitch, and into each stitch around to the chain space. Whoops. And double crochets. Apologies, I just was bumping my charger cable. Now when we get to the chain space, we want to maintain that corner and get it a little bit more defined. So we're going to pop in 2 double crochet, a chain of 2, and another 2 double crochet into the same chain space. And then we're simply working double crochet all the way down the side into every stitch. Now, if you work this round and you're pretty close to the size you need, the next round, rather than being double crochet, could always be half double or even single crochet. If you work this round and the one following in double and it's still not big enough, just do another one in exactly the same way until you get it up to the size that you need to match your other squares. Once you're finished, use those nice long tails to attach your sugar skull wherever you may like. Can't wait to see how you guys play with this square and make it your own. I hope you've enjoyed hooking it up as much as I have. Until next time, have a fantastic day and happy hooking.